Good morning. Today's reading is just a very short reading on the answer of Christian to the men that he met in last time's reading, the Mr. Moneylove, Mr. Buy-ins, Mr. Hold the World, all of those ones who were trying to combine religion with worldliness and finding a certain acceptance in that which Christian rejects. So here's the response of Christian. Then said Christian, even a babe in religion may answer 10,000 such questions. For if it be unlawful to follow Christ for loaves, as it is, John 6, how much more abominable is it to make of him and religion a stalking horse to get and enjoy the world? Nor do we find any other than heathens, hypocrites, devils, and witches that are of this opinion. Heathens, for when Hamor and Shechem had a mind to the daughter and cattle of Jacob, and saw there was no ways for them to come at them, but by becoming circumcised, they say to their companions, if every male of us be circumcised as they are circumcised, shall not their cattle and their substance and every beast of theirs be ours? Their daughters and their cattle were that which they sought to obtain, and their religion the stalking horse they made use of to come at them. Read the whole story, Genesis 34. The hypocritical Pharisees were also of this religion. Long prayers were their pretense, but to get widows' houses were their intent, and greater damnation was from God their judgment. Luke 20. Judas, the devil, was also of this religion. He was religious for the bag, that he might be possessed of what was therein. But he was lost, cast away, and the very son of perdition. Simon the which was of this religion too, for he would have the Holy Ghost that he might have got money therewith, and his sentence from Peter's mouth was according. Acts 8. Neither will it out of my mind, but that man that takes up religion for the world will throw away religion for the world. For so surely as Judas designed the world in becoming religious, so surely did he also sell religion and his master for the same. To answer the question, therefore, affirmatively, as I perceive you have done, and to accept of as authentic such answer is both heathenish, hypocritical, and devilish, and your reward will be according to your works. Then they stood, staring one upon another, but had not wherewith to answer Christian. Hopeful also approved of the soundness of Christian's answer, so there was a great silence among them. Mr. Buy-ins and his company also staggered and kept behind, that Christian and Hopeful might outgo them. Then said Christian to his fellow, if these men cannot stand before the sentence of men, what will they do with the sentence of God? And if they are mute when dealt with by vessels of clay, what will they do when they shall be rebuked by the flames of a devouring fire? Then Christian and Hopeful outwent them again, and went until they came at a delicate plain called Ease, where they went with much content. But that plain was but narrow, so they were quickly got over it. Now at the further side of that plain was a little hill called Lucre, and in that hill a silver mine, which some of them that had formerly gone that way, because of the rarity of it, had turned aside to see. But going too near to the brink of the pit, and the ground being deceitful under them, it broke, and they were slain. Some also had been maimed there, and could not to their dying day be their own men again. So next time we'll look at what happens there at that hill as Christian and Hopeful will meet a new figure who will in another way try to lead them astray. A couple of items today, just since it's a very short reading. That phrase stalking horse, unusual phrase for us. We don't use that today. Common in Bunyan's writings. He uses it quite often. The general meaning, I think, is that it's the idea of a kind of a pretense, having something in place of something else. In other words, you're using religion, but your real goal is money or influence or something else. So it's a using of one thing to get to another. Proverbial expression that Bunyan uses often in his writings. The second idea to bring out today in this very short writing is the subtlety of the dangers that Christians face. And again, I think I said this yesterday, but just the the elements of religion or the elements of Christianity intermingled with a worldly philosophy is evident in this last section. It will be evident in the coming section too. Maybe the most dangerous kind of temptation is that which has a religious element to it, and so we have to be aware of that as we go through our days. So tomorrow we'll see the next challenge that Christian faces on his pilgrimage. Thanks for watching today.